All right, welcome everybody to the Friday Schnitzer Master Agency call. Happy Friday. Let's get into some things here. How do I expand? There we go. All right, let's kick it off with our call schedule for the week. If you're brand new, these are the calls that Kate and I are on every single week. These are staples in our week. So if you want to see what we're plugging into and what our leaders are plugging into on a weekly basis, this is where you'll be for training, for motivation, for help growing your business and growing yourself as a leader. We got the accountability group every day from 8 to 8:30 a.m. Put a 1 in the chat if you're part of that accountability group. Put a 2 in the chat if you're not yet, but you're looking forward to joining next month. We got our leaders and builders call. This is a new call for us on Monday, where we're focusing on growing agencies. We're focused on growing as leaders, growing as builders, recruiting, hiring, activating agents, all of the things. So love seeing everyone on Monday's call. Tuesday, we do a casework call in the virtual office. If you guys are new here, this is like super helpful for a new agent. Even if you've been here for a few months, just figuring out like, hey, I've got this client. This is the health stuff that they're up against. Where should I go? What policies should I sell them? And we'll help guide you. We'll help teach you how to fish, right? We're not going to give you the answers every time, but we'll teach you how to fish. SFG National Call is weekly on Wednesdays. Deep dive with the sales experts on Thursdays. That's a really good sales training call, guys. They go through objections. They go through, handling objections with the least resistance. They go through, how to utilize switchboard, all things related to sales in this business. So that's a good one for us. And then the Friday Master Agency call. You guys are here, so you guys are already on that one. But this is a good call every week because we get to bring a guest on and hear just like really good golden nuggets from other people about how they're running their business. So I'm very thankful for that, getting to learn from people. So today I get to talk less and learn more, which I'm excited about. All right, let's get to the next page here. Live dial sessions. You guys can sign up here. Every day, Kellen is posting the live dial schedule in the general channel. So you guys know who's dialing, who you can listen to. There's gold in just being in the virtual office throughout the day because there's so many people that just pick up and live dial. Like Wilbur's been good at that. Rod just picks up and dials whenever he has time to reach out to clients. So it's not always going to be on the calendar. But if you're not in there working, you're going to miss out on some gold in learning just how other people reach out to the clients, how they overcome objections and set appointments. So get in the virtual office, and if you're a leader on the team, you can go ahead and use this QR code to sign up for a session for next week.
But do you have to be a leader to sign up?
Yeah. You might be a leader of one, a leader of yourself. I think everyone on this screen is a leader, right? You're running your own businesses. Of course you're a leader.
Oh.
Come on, Tom.
You're a leader of yourself. I got to write that down.
Yeah. Well, that's the first and most important thing. If you want to grow as a leader, you got to be able to lead yourself first. So lead
Amen.
yourself over to the live dial sign up sheet and sign up for a session so other people can learn from you. We have a symmetry calendar, and then we have a typical month calendar. They're not one and the same. Symmetry does their weeks differently. So we always like to show you guys the symmetry calendar so you know where you're at for promotions. You know when you got to get your business submitted and issued by. So last day to submit business this month is on the 25th. So we've got about 2 more weeks to submit business. Last day to issue business is April 30th. All right. So if you're running for promotions, front load your month, get your business in. That way you can get it issued and get it counted. Our recruiting platform is off to a really good start. We've got, I believe, 10 agents on recruiting platform plus myself. This platform is pulling from all different types of recruiting sources. We've got LinkedIn, ZipRecruiter, Craigslist, Indeed, all funneling into Kate's inbox. All right. So Kate's the one who manages this. She is then getting people into calendar. So really, if you're in this recruiting platform, you don't have to worry about all the stuff that leads up to it, running a first interview. You just need to show up and run an effective one and then decide if you want to hire that person. This platform is off to a really good start. Like I said, we've got about 10 agents in there. We're taking signups for May now. So there's a few requirements that, that we have here. If you're going to be a part of the recruiter platform, it's a month-to-month opt-in. So if you're a part of it in April and you want to be back on in May, you do need to sign up again. So use that QR code. That you must submit a minimum of 5K business the previous month if you want to be on the next month. That's the only requirement there. Monthly commitment is $300, and like I said, it's month to month. Kate's doing all the vetting process for you guys. Interviews are booked on a round robin session. And again, I always like to reiterate, this is an intro to recruiting, right? So if you're at that team leader, breaching key leader status, you're probably going to want to be doing more than just this platform, but this can be in addition to whatever else you're doing. All right, we've got I added this one this week because I was on the national call and I saw this training available and I thought, you know what, this is really, really cool that they took the time to provide this for agents. If you want to leverage digital leads, I would say Lighthouse, Razor Ridge, Level Up, any type of digital lead, and you're using Switchboard as a way to reach out to clients and organize your clients. These are really, really good trainings for you guys. We've got Intro to Digital Lighthouse Leads, Stage 1 of building the foundation, and Stage 2 of overcoming obstacles. So really good training there. Where you can find it, you'll want to hop into the LMS and then go into the training library, and you guys can find that. I think it's the second section down. 3 really good trainings for you to add to whenever the next time is that you take time for personal development. Engage National Conference. We're going to be talking about this every week. I'll let our guest today talk about conference a little bit and why it's important for a new agent. But I know for me, I wouldn't have been here full time if it wasn't for conference. I went to a conference and watched, and I decided right then and there that I was dropping everything else and that I was going all in on this. So I think that, if you're looking at finances and you're brand new and you're like, I don't know if I should be spending money on traveling right away in my first year, maybe I should, build my business up a little bit. I would say if you can't afford it right now, you can't afford not to go. That's how important conference is for you and your business. And if you've been to one, I don't need to convince you anymore. The going to the conference does that for you. So we'll see you guys in August, Denver, Colorado, 13th through 15th. If you're a planner, you can start planning out your travel and where you're staying. We do have discount tickets available. Each of our leaders are providing a code here for you guys to save $60 on your ticket. I thought that's pretty cool that they did that this year. You can use the QR code to start registering for your ticket, and then make sure you take a screenshot of this page or snap a picture with your phone so that you can apply the discount code at checkout. They offer payment plans. You can pay as you go every month until a conference, or you can pay in full. But shout out to all the leaders here who signed up for a package. They're just making it that much easier for you guys by providing that discount for you. All right, we got national call shout outs. It's always weird shouting yourself out. So good job, Kate. Number 2, regional agency director for new writers last week. We had 4 new writers, and just congratulations to everyone who wrote their first app last week. It's really, really special. And whenever we get celebrated for a stat like this, it's you guys, it's the leaders on this team that are helping get agents activated and write their first policy and get into the field, start building their dream here. So really cool shout out, but that goes back to you guys. People like Giovanna Mitru, who's crushing it on production right now. She got shouted out on the national call. She was number 4 agency owner with 14,188 in business submitted. And guys, that agency owner top 10 is a really, really hard list to get on. I think the first name on that list starts off at about 40 grand, and everyone's name on that list is typically over 10. So great job, Giovanna, getting shouted out in the national call. You are excellent at what you do, and you inspire all of us. National call shout out for Joseph Helms. I think this was his first national call shout out on the builder side of things. So congratulations, sir. Number 1 key leader for new writers last week. He had 2. Love seeing this picture. You and Paige, this is the best picture, you guys. Very excited for where your business is heading and all the new people that you're bringing on. Here are your new writers for the week. We have some Some Mario characters there. Guys, if you don't see your picture on this page, that probably means you need to update your Slack picture. But congrats nonetheless. We had Nick, I'm going to butcher this, but Diaker. You guys give me a rating in the chat. Did I do okay with that last name? Does anyone know Nick? Nick Diaker, good job. I've seen you posting in Slack recently, just on personal development and in the gratitude channel, and I really like your mindset right now. It's very inspiring, so I'm excited to see what you're going to do. Jackie Owens is part of a power couple team with John Owens. You guys see both their names up there. They just both joined us, and just really excited to see them grow their business here. They definitely want to build an agency, and they're hitting the ground running with all their training. Dakota Bardish, 172, one app. Again, shout out to John Owens. Christopher Bilby, this is one of my close and personal friends. Love him. Just got in the game, ended up covering his son for his first app. Did a small children's policy. Sterling got 2250 on the board. That's a really good first app. Come on, Sterling. And then David McGregor, 2 apps for 2414. David is running already. This guy is already asking questions about how he can get his next promotions, and he's hungry. And I'm excited to see where all of you are going to go. But great job, David. #1 new rider last week. 5K by Friday. We got a few people on here. Wait, are those correct numbers? 20,000 from John Ellie. I literally just talked to this girl last week. She's like, I'm gonna dip my feet back in and kind of, start
No,
getting back in the game.
she actually she put something wrong in the chat, but she did write 5 apps, but not at
Okay. Still so we have some messed up numbers, but still for dipping your toes back in the game, Janelli, that's
right.
really, really impressive. Yeah, she was like, yeah, I'm getting back in the game. I'm gonna get my feet wet. Well, you came back with a splash. Good job, girl. Sarah Hadley. Sarah, you are so excellent at what you do. Just the way that you help clients on a consistent basis. And you are no stranger to this 5K board. And we're all super proud of you. Good job. Jared Salatis, I could say the same thing about you. Just excellent at helping people. Really understand well how to connect with people on the phone and get them served. So great job, Jared. 5K by Friday. Great job, guys. We've got month-to-date numbers for everyone. So this is like 2 weeks worth of numbers here. It's shaping up to be a really good month for a lot of you. We'll go top 6 today for shout outs. We've got Venus Diaz with 5968 and 5 apps. Jared Salatis, 7851, 5 apps. We've got Sarah Hadley, 8087, 6 apps. Bob Greenwood, #3, 11851, 9 apps. Janelli Cobb, I don't know exactly where you're at, but great job with 5 apps. And then Giovanna Mitru, 15916, 5 apps. Shout out to everyone in the 7 to 20 slot. There's plenty of time left in the month to have a killer month, and just way to serve, way to get on the board, way to serve, way to fight for your clients. Love seeing all the new names on this board, especially on the right hand side. April month to date, road to ownership. What numbers have we used already? Put a 4 in the chat if this is your favorite slide to look at every week, because this is mine. I love seeing this. I love seeing people that are emerging, working towards becoming an agency owner, building teams. We've got Team Hadley, 9,000 for the month so far, 8 apps, 3 riders, 1 new rider. Hadley's a team leader. We got Team Smith, who's a key leader, 10,525. We got to change this. I think you're a key leader now, aren't you, Wilbur?
I mean, unofficially.
Oh, we got to wait for.
We gotta wait till
the
the
national call. Yeah.
we're allowed to
we'll
say
wait for
it.
the national call next week.
Yeah,
Okay.
so shh.
Sorry, my bad.
Okay, I'm gonna
All
mute.
right, 10,525, 11 apps, 5 riders, 1 new rider. Wilbur is on month 3 of his agency owner run, so buy this man a Celsius, keep him encouraged in the virtual office. He's in there every day helping people, just pouring everything he has back into the team. So if you're gonna send some encouragement out this week, send some Wilbur's way. Team Helms, key leader, 13,516 for the month, 15 apps, 6 riders, 3 new riders. And then we've got Team Greenwood, who's a team, Bob and Maria. This is a dream team right here as well. 14,831 for the month, 14 apps, 4 riders, and 1 new rider. We've got Team Goldsmith. This is also a dream team. Jeff and Jenny, who are team leaders, 16,361 for the week, 15 apps, 5 riders, 1 new rider. And Team Neil, come on, let's go. 22,000, 19 apps, 6 riders, 1 new rider. Sarah, is this the beginning? Is this month 1? What are we doing here? Identify yourself. You got a good head start if this is month 1 for agency owner.
Not for agency owner, but month 1 to 105.
All right, come on, let's get it. All right, good job, guys. Love seeing that board. Agency submit production. This is just showing you guys all your leaders and how they're shaping out for the month. These are all agency owners for the month. The Schnitzer Master Agency is at 125,000 submit. 97 apps, 38 riders, 11 new. My favorite number is there at the bottom. So nice meeting, people like Shantae today and Bill, introducing themselves and saying hi to everyone. You guys, we're so excited for you. That's my favorite stat on this entire board. I think Beth said hello as well. Let's see here. Trying to see any new faces on the board, but you guys, I'm excited for you. Being a new agent on this team, you're just trying to figure things out. You're getting hit like a fire hose with all the training, but you're in good hands. These leaders will take care of you. Just pour into them and pour into the resources that we have. Great job. Mitru Bay Shop is leading number 1 for the month with 47,024 apps and 9 riders. Kate and I are in second place for the Bay Shop run, 36,000 so far, 36 apps, 15 riders, 8 new riders. This is a win for me because Bob's been kicking my tail lately. So Bob, I got you by 1,000 right now. It's game on, bro. It's game on. Bob's at 32 apps, 13 riders, 3 new. And Diaz Bay Shop, 59, 68, 5 apps, 1 rider. So nice meeting all the new members on Venus's team here lately. I'm very pumped for you guys. What was that? Someone unmuted? By accident, maybe? All right, cool. That's it for the slideshow, guys. All right, we've got a special guest today. I'm gonna bring up. Josh, are you here?
Great morning. What's up? What's going on?
Grand Rising, bro. How are you?
I'm outstanding. You guys are crushing it. I love to see the base shops just competing against each other. Everyone has to step up.
Yeah, that's it, man. Yeah, stay competing at all levels. That's it.
Fun.
I love your bike on the wall behind you. That's cool.
Oh, thanks, man.
You got a good setup. You've been riding that thing? It's like probably nice over there.
Yeah, I try to get out once a week, either Saturday or Sunday. So
And then what's this other contraption over your left shoulder? Walk me through that.
right here. Yeah, this is the auction workout. It's exercise while working out. It's a biohacking. It just floods your blood system with oxygen, and you just feel amazing afterwards. Mixed
Okay.
with red light therapy, and you got the grounding mat. Man, we're all over here biohacking our bodies.
So we were gonna spend today talking about building and production, but should we talk about life hacks and health hacks the rest of the
Yeah,
call? Anyone put a 6 in the chat if you want to hear all of Josh's life hacks.
Secret. That's the secret. No, I didn't start doing that until a few years ago, but yeah, it's great, man. If you're not doing it, you can do it. You can get it free by the sun, by walking on dirt or grass. But yeah, it's a life changer for sure.
Yeah. Health is wealth, man. I mean, I used to not think that way. I, did harmful things to my body and now have a pure focus on making sure that we're focusing on health, but it really leads to everything else that we do here, leadership, production, pouring into your business, having energy. So I love today's guest because I look up to this man. I'm excited to go through a few things here with you today, Josh. But I pulled a few stats. These were from last week, so forgive me if these aren't updated for the whole year. But Josh runs his agency with his beautiful wife, Christina. They're regional agency directors. Which if you're brand new here, that means that they have at least 2 direct AOs to get to that level. They're a 130 contract, and for the year, they're at $1.3 million in production. That's probably, based on your average, that's probably 1.4 or 1.5 right now. They do about 500 to 600K in premium per month, guys. So really good run rate this year. Josh, I'll ask you what your goal to finish is by the year, but if you don't do any better, you guys will probably finish north of 5 million for the year. but I know you
Yeah.
got much bigger goals than that.
Yeah, it's crazy. Last year we did over 5 million, and I got my leaders together like, hey, let's add up everyone's goal and your stretch goal, and they're like, let's double it. Let's by this third or by the last quarter, let's have a run rate of 10 million, going into 2026. And
Yeah.
we need how many people we're missing, APV. If you want more APV, it's more people. So it's like, let's take all of our leaders and do some math and say, okay, we need to introduce ourselves to people we don't know. Like, share the gift of symmetry. If symmetry has changed your life at all, why are we holding it? Why are we holding it from everybody? And then we sort, professionals sort. We don't convince anyone to join symmetry, to sell life insurance. Life insurance is boring. I don't know about you, but you guys look like we make it look fun, right? We make it fun. Your leaderboards are great, and thanks for having me on the call, Josh Manzano, direct to symmetry, a part of Alvarado, Brad Smith, and Pritchett agency. I'm just, you mentioning some of those accolades or stats, and it's just takes me back every single time. I started with one person, myself. Right. And you were mentioning, you have to know yourself to lead yourself. If you don't have people on your team, you're leading yourself. You're leading your family. You are the leader. Like, think about, what do you think about when you hear the word leader? Like, even if you were in Little League, or you played some sports, or you led something in middle school or high school, you are a leader. You have what it takes. It's just growing into that individual. Like, the reason you have what you have now is based off, the experience that you've gone through in your entire life. You only know what you know up until now, right? The reason you have 5 agents or 10 agents is that you've maxed out the capacity to hold that many people, or to have an organization of that amount. Now, to get double 40 agents or over 100 agents, you have to grow that capacity. It's up to you. You'll never outgrow your agency. The more that you grow yourself, the more that you make. And we're not in this business for money, right? I mean, at first I was. I'm not going to lie. I had my cable shut off. I was living in Huntington Beach, California. It was a nice city, but it was an old beach house with a few roommates, and wasn't making that much. And I got our cable shut off because that was like the only bill I was in charge of, and it was $70 a month. And I was I was so scared to tell my roommates, hey, I don't have it. And they called me when I was at work, hey, our cables, our DirecTV shut off. I'm like, oh, really? That's weird. I hadn't paid it. And I was like, you know what? I don't have the money. I don't. So figure it out. And that was my first goal, is like, I want to pay my first bill. And I got addicted after my first client making $1,400 direct deposit in 2 days after I helped them. But no one, and I was addicted, stuck. I was like, if I can do this once, I can do it once a day. And my first initial employee mindset was, coming from making $800 a month when I was working for the whole month at my previous job, I was like, man, I just got a direct deposit of $1,400. I can take the whole month off. Like, I'm rich. Right? But then thank God I was reading Think and Grow Rich, and it was like, no, let's do it over again. Fall in love with the monotony of what you do every day. And the most successful people fall in love with the boredom of what we do. Checking 2 boxes. That's all we do. Just fall in love with that. And the people that don't, it's sad to say, they don't last. Like, fall in love with something. And if it's going to be something, it has to be the repetitiveness of what we do. Right. So my first initial goal was, hey, I want to pay my cable bill. And as soon as I got paid, I was like, hey, I'm gonna get back my cable. And then now let's make other goals. If I can do this, I can introduce my other broke friends to do this business. Like, this, if I can do it, they can do it. All right. There's nothing special. And that's how you start with one person And then, to have over 100 agents now, it's incredible. Like, it's fun. You have a lot more choices now, right? We just came back from Italy on Sunday. I didn't have to do much thinking about spending. It's just, you want that? Let's go there. The choices that we have to upgrade, to a better class. So that way Isabella, my 8-month-old daughter, can run around and don't have to be next to someone. Like, that's amazing. That's the choices that we get to make. Without a doubt, I'm like, okay, yeah, it's reasonable. Let's do it. Right. And I didn't have the opportunity to do that. I'm like, okay, I can get the cheapest seat in the back. Right. Let's just get there. And you open more opportunities, and I say this week is probably the most trending thing. Is I had a brand new agent tell me they're scared to talk to people they don't know. I'm like, well, this business, the most successful people talk to people that we don't know. If you want to make more, introduce yourself to people you don't know, right? It's not stranger danger. I'm not going to teach Isabella stranger danger, right? Then she's going to be scared to talk to everyone, and she might miss the opportunity of a lifetime, right? Like, you have to get really good at talking to people you don't know. So yeah, but it's so good. Thanks for having me on, Scott. And like, you're such a servant leader, and it shows. Like, that's something I really noticed about you very, very early, is you're a servant leader. And if you can find more people, and they can do 50% of that, right? Our job is to as mentors, is to make others' success easier. We can't do it for them. We can't do it for you, right? We can put it in your vicinity. You have to take hold and grab it and get and fall in love with the monotony of what we do, right? Train yourself a little like the more 130s I talk to, I'm like, yep, I confirm we are a little crazy.
Yep.
We like things that we shouldn't. like getting hung up on. Okay, good. That's Monday.
Yeah, Josh, my mentor always says, he's like, weird equals rich, normal equals poor, and not like rich in terms of finances. This is not a normal business. You got to be a little weird to make things happen here. You got to see things a little bit differently. So, man, we're so thankful to have you on. It was funny because, like, this was probably a year and a half ago when you and I started going back and forth. I told Kate, because you guys were planning on having a kid right around the same time that we had a kid. And I told Kate, I was like, I'm messaging with Josh Manzano. He's a really cool guy. Like, I didn't know anything about you. I just admired your business. I always see people on the leaderboards, the white rabbits of the business. And I'm like, that's someone who, I can aspire to be. But I told her, I was like, I'm going back and forth with Josh Manzano. He's actually a super nice guy. And she goes, no way, I'm going back and forth with Christina. She's amazing. So kind of around the same time, I thought that was pretty funny. But yeah, we're just we're here to learn. I've already got half a page of notes, and Josh just introduced himself, so it's going to be a good call. Let's kick it off, man. Maybe let's spin the first bit of the question that I sent you. Let's spin it a little bit to have to do with health and personal development all at once. So I was going to ask you, how does personal development play into your role as a leader? But let's talk about your health journey as well. Here it's, since I've met you, I've learned some things about you and heard a little bit of your story. Why is personal development, and why do you take your health so seriously now versus, the way that you used to?
Yeah, I mean, you said it. Health is your wealth. Like, if you don't have your health, that's the only thing you're thinking about. You don't think about anything else, paying your bills. Like, if you are on the verge of your deathbed, you don't think about anything else but your loved ones, right? And I hope it never gets to that as soon as it got to me. And I never thought I would use or have to use or be in the position to might use my agency owner contract, right? We have an agency owner contract. People come here for ownership, where if you have a couple people, a handful of people, you do 3 months in a row, you get a contract saying if something happens to you, you die, your family gets your passive income for the rest of your life. and your income or organically, your agency is going to grow, right? If I died or I quit, my leaders are not quitting, right? They're not gonna just leave, right? And 2 years ago, I almost lost my life, and I didn't. I was at a point where I was at the top of the company, but I didn't think I would need to use my agency owner contract. I had a severe health scare of pancreatitis where my organs were shutting down. I had my pancreas was in shock. I developed pneumonia. Just bad news after bad news. I spent 2.5 weeks in the ICU, and I thought I was at the end. Like I kept thinking to myself, "Dang, what if I do die?" Like, and you have crazy conversations with yourself. You have prayer requests with God, but nothing like when you're ready, when you know you're could possibly die, right? You make promises, you make requests that you never knew that you ever can think of. I'm 38 years old. I didn't think I was going to die so soon, right? But when your life is like right in front of you, and the only thing that matters is the people that you love, right? It didn't matter the car I drive, where we live, the clothes that I have, like how I was, doing so well in cemetery or not. It didn't matter. Like what matters is the people around you that support you, right? And it didn't hit me until my dad was. I never seen my dad get emotional, and he was at my bed and he was like, I was born across the street in this hospital that we were at, and he said he was praying. He was like, "You brought me into this world, Lord, and please don't let this be where you take my son in front of me." And he shared that with me afterwards, and I'm like, dude, that's deep, right? That's deep. And to him see his son, like the youngest son that he has, just struggling for his life, and 2 weeks before, you have everything. Like I'm having pina coladas with Brad Smith in Mexico, literally the day before. And your life is just so precious because once you have powerless, like once you feel powerless, that's really like the worst feeling you can have. You're so vulnerable, right? The best thing that came from that is the experience and the outlook that building a business here is the ultimate reward. Like my leaders stepped up when they needed to. The ones that didn't want to build, they saw how powerful that me being away for 4 to 6 months, not doing anything in my business, that my income did not change. I wasn't on calls. I wasn't writing business. I wasn't recruiting. Neither was Christina. Like she was right by my side, scared, just like I was. But my leaders stepped up, ran calls, did what I did, stepped in my position. And our income didn't change. It actually increased. She would text our leaders, and the Smith directs would say, "Hey, do you guys need help?" And our leaders just stepped up and had everything under control. Nothing skipped, right? And we're just so fortunate that we were able to take that risk and say, you know what, I can bring people on here too. 10 years ago, 9 years ago, let's bring people on. Who do you know that can change your life? Who do you want to make 1,400 in one hour? Right? And then do you want to make passive income your entire life? You work so hard for the season, and that season could be 3 months, 3 years. But for times like this, I didn't know I was going to have to use that, right? To be away from my business for 4 to 6 months, not doing anything. And then Christina's texting our leaders and say, "Hey, don't worry, we got everything taken care of. Like just make sure Josh survives and get better. And we can't wait to introduce you to new people that we brought on board." That's the best feeling. And I didn't need to hear anything else, right? And that's when you have a valuable business is when you step away, does your business grow or does it die? Right? And it's all about developing more leaders, right? If you don't have, if you don't have people following you, you're just taking a walk in the park, right? You're just leading yourself. But if you see people that are having passive income, Marshall Whalen with 160,000 a month in passive income, if he can do it, so can we, right? If the only difference is time and people that he's introduced himself, right? And if that's your goal, great, let's work on it. His working hours is a lot different than someone that wants, their next contract raise 85%. Let's get you to 85 and then 90. Right? And your health is everything, right? And once you feel good, like I learned this from baseball. I played baseball my entire life through college. If you look good, feel good, dress good, you play good, right? And if you don't, if you have the opposite, you're not ready for battle. Like we go to battle every single day, getting hung up on, people quitting on us every single day, right? You have to be prepared for battle. So that preparation and you visualizing yourself hitting that next goal of 85% or 100% or whatever that is in front of you, it's going to hurt. It's going to take some growing pains. But is it worth it? If you ask me right now, is it worth it? Yes. Every single time. Is it worth losing top producers, losing top builders? Yes. It is. It hurts. But if I didn't have the mentality and the growth mindset of we are rebuilding every month, every year. If you think you can have the team, your solid team that you have now is going to get you to where you want to go, you're going to find out very quickly that the people that got you here is not going to get you there, right? We can't control someone's work ethic, someone's drive. We can control what we get people closer to the fire with symmetry. That's all we can do. We're looking for winners, right? And welcome. I don't know. Newsflash: you are on a winning team. You are in a winning company. I see the leaderboards. The only difference between someone who's on the leaderboards and someone who's not is the will to win. It's right in front of you. You're on a winning team. If you've never played sports, doesn't matter. You're on a winning team. Symmetry wins. There's winners here. I don't know if you guys knew that. You guys see the leaderboards all the time. But the only difference is that person just wants it more. Like, what do you really want here? And you can turn those small wins into bigger wins by focusing on every single day, not just once a week, once a month. Let's focus on your goals every day. Put those in front of your face. What are those goals? And work on those every single day. So yeah, that's what I would say, the health, and it relates to so many things, because if you feel like crap, you're not going to want to do the hard things that we do, right? The reason why we get paid so well is because it's hard. Think about easy jobs. Do those pay well? No. That's why we get paid the big bucks, right? We solve bigger problems. The only difference between you and I is I might solve bigger problems, right? If you want to make more, solve bigger problems, solve more people's problems, and look for people that are problem solvers, right? You don't come here and say, oh, you solve all my problems, Scott. No, I'm looking for problem solvers. If you have an issue or you can't find something, check 3 before me. You check 3 before you get to me. That's how I know you're a problem solver. Check your emails, check HQ, check with your sidelines. Because if your upline's on vacation, imagine your upline has 100 people reaching out. Hey, how do I log in? Can you sign me in to opt?
That's good, man. This is a good transition. I got another question for you. My mentor always says amateurs make decisions based on feelings. pros make decisions based on commitments. And so you're talking about like the daily, the weekly goals, like rebuilding every month, every year is a rebuild because you want more for your future. So what commitments do you stand on a weekly or daily business that pertain, or on a weekly or daily basis that pertain to your business? And sometimes we call these like non-negotiables. Like, what are your staples throughout the week?
Yeah. Well, I heard you guys say that you have an accountability call. We have one every morning, Monday through Friday. And those, we do go over non-negotiables, and then we have a stretch goal. Non-negotiables are bare minimum. No matter what, life or death. I know it's not death here for most people, but you have to treat it like that. Is no matter what, I'm going to do this today, because those little non-negotiables are breadcrumbs to the bigger bread.
Yep.
Like if you do those are bare minimum. Don't just do the bare minimum. You should have a stretch goal. And once your bare minimum is done by 11 a.m., now I'm working the rest of the day on my stretch goal, because the more you get to your stretch goal, the likelihood of your results for the week is a lot more, right? That is so important. Putting it in front of you every single day versus when I first started, I was like, hey, I'm going to write my goal on the board for the month, and then I never revisit it. I revisit it once a week. And then, something else gets in front of me, the distractions, get in front of me. But if it's right in front of you, and just bite-sized pieces, right? Bite-sized pieces, don't, like, how do you eat an elephant? in small bites. Hopefully you're not eating elephants, but in small bites, like that's how you chip away at your goal. Like imagine a person or people who built Mount Rushmore. They're chipping away, right? Every single day. Imagine they're like, hey, one chip, oh, it's not working. Let me just chip away once a month or once a week. How long would it take them to build that mountain? Right? Chip away at your goals. And here's what I'm obsessed with, and I know it's not for everyone. I have to check myself at the door. The standards and expectations. I want to know how long it took someone to accomplish it, and I want to cut it in half.
That's good.
Because I know that I trust myself to outwork that person. And you just have to be willing to do that if you want it cut in half, right? Because I can predict when someone is going to promote themselves. I can predict when someone is going to get a contract raise or a level of leadership based off what they're doing daily, based off what they're doing monthly, right? If they're bringing on a habitual writer, not a new writer, a habitual writer that's doing business, writing business every week, they have a SOL or a standing lead order. I can tell when that person is going to promote, let's say for 130 direct, to have 45 agents. It's not when they get 45 agents. It's probably when they get 60 to 70, right? But that's 60 to 70 months. Now, do you want to take 5-6 years to get there? You can. It's okay. There's no rush. But for me, I'm like, hey, let's cut that in half. And how you do that, just you find someone who's doing better than you, find out what they're doing, and just do it. It's not that hard. If they're getting 20 if they have a standing lead order of 20 A leads, and you want exactly what they have, I'm going to do the same. And I might have to do more because I'm not that good. If they're working Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and I'm taking the weekend off, did I earn that weekend off? Or am I just like, hey, I own my own business, I can do whatever I want? Oh yeah, I can pick the kids up, I can pick up mom and dad from the airport because I own my own business. Next thing you know, your week is gone, your month is gone, because you made everyone else's day. You made it more convenient for everybody else because you own your business. It's the people that get used to saying no all the time. You can ask Christina. My favorite word, I used to hate my dad when my dad's favorite word was no. Now that's my favorite word because I know it's a distraction. I always ask Christina, she knows this, my team knows this. I always ask, whatever I do, is this building our empire or is this destroying our empire based off what we decide? Am I taking Saturday and Sundays off when I know there's a goal, there's a timeline? Did I earn that? You have to be truthful with yourself. A lot of it is your mentor is not going to be the one saying, hey, you don't deserve the weekend off. That's you. You have to decide that. And for most of the time in your season, you got to get used to saying no. Not, I'll talk to you next year. All right. Get good at telling someone no. Because that's I think the hardest thing is you want to do everything. You just made a few sales, you got a few deposits. Now you want to go celebrate and blow it. You have 10 agents that you got a couple overrides from. Let's go blow it. No, invest that back into your business, because how fast do you want to cut that in half? All right. There's always a duration. And if you want to cut that duration out, just do exactly that. Because I think I think one of the most greatest experience that we have here is when someone mentions you in their testimony, right? Like, here, I want to introduce you to this person because they were there. They found me when I was lost. They got me started. They didn't let me quit when I wanted to quit every single day. They're the reason why I'm still here. They believed in me when I didn't believe in myself. That's the greatest experience ever, when someone mentions you in their testimony. And that is priceless. You can't purchase that. You can't pay for that. Right? And that's why we gave so much gratitude to our mentors. Like, they introduced us to a gift that it's priceless. Like, it keeps paying. Like, I understood that I wanted to grind and fight and scratch for 3 or 4 years. That way I can be temporary lazy. Don't you hear most directs say that? Like, most directs are kind of lazy. Right? I can outwork a direct right now because we're all kind of lazy. But there was a season where no one can stop us. Unstoppable. Another quality. Another quality is when you find yourself falling apart, where everything is not going your way. You owe the tax people, you owe the creditors, you're coming up on your rent, and you don't have it, and you feel like you're falling apart. Those that say, okay, but nothing's stopping me. I'm still going to dial. I'm still going to recruit. I'm still going to get out of this pit of despair and start building a habit and a quality habit of developing an unstoppable mindset. Just wake up and say, I'm unstoppable. I got hung up on, I got a chargeback, I'm unstoppable. I had 5 people quit on me this month, I'm unstoppable. Right? Having that unstoppable mindset is going to push you to the next level. You have to kill off that person that's telling you, oh, 5 people quit on me, I'm going to stop recruiting. Oh, I had, no one's picking up, I'm not going to invest in leads this week. That's not an unstoppable mindset. To start developing it. You're not going to just have it. Start saying it every single day. I'm unstoppable. Tell it to your husband or your wife today. I'm unstoppable. They're going to look at you crazy. But it's a mindset. You change the way you think, you're going to change your bank. Like, everyone wants this, oh, I want to have balance because I own my own business now. I'm in life insurance. Everyone has balance at the top. Yeah, but you have to be willing to be out of balance so that way your bank balance makes more sense. Be comfortable getting out of balance. I was okay with that. Like, if there's a different level that I'm frustrated with right now. It's delayed gratification at my level. It's still there. Why are we SVP? Well, we will be because we have a couple ADs loading. But it's delayed gratification. What I do every single day is have 3-way calls, one-on-one calls with people that are winning to develop more unique builders. You don't need my help producing. Yeah, I'm an elite producer, yes, But if you're calling me about production, I'm going to change that real quick. Let's talk to someone who you can get on your team and teach them what you know 50%. You know, you don't need my help producing. It's simple. Get leads, dial them, know your ratios, and do it all over again and fall in love with the monotony of it. But let's talk about the other side of that box of building a legacy, because you don't know if you're going to be laying in that hospital at age 36. I didn't think so either. But if I didn't have that business or this business or the leaders that I introduced to, I didn't develop those leaders, that I introduced them to this, then my family would have been crushed. You have to ask yourself, if that happens to you, let's say you get in a car accident or you just can't work, you can't talk, you lose your voice, you lose your sight, what happens to your business right now? Does it grow? Do you still get direct deposits enough to pay for your expenses? Or would you lose everything? That's the IQ test of, should I build or should I not? Or am I doing enough? Do I have enough people on my team? I don't know. The people that are on stage are the people that have the most impact on those lives that I talked about, of them being in your testimony. How many people are telling their story where you're in their testimony just because you introduced them, not because you did something great? Sorry, I'm going off on a tangent, but
Selfishly, I'm letting you. I had questions. I hope everyone was a little bit selfish today and just said, I really feel like Josh is just talking to me right now. I hope a lot of people felt that way, because I'm standing here feeling that. Haven't looked up at the rest of, we're pinned to the top here, so I haven't looked at everyone's reactions or anything, and I've just been dialed in, man. This thank you for this. I got a whole page of notes, and I really feel like I'm in a master class right now of what Kate and I are walking into next. But I'm thinking back to the beginning of my journey. These are all the lessons as a brand new agent that you want to hear, actually that you don't want to hear, but you need to hear, right? What I'm hearing you say, especially, is if you pay the right price early on, you get paid twice. That's what I'm hearing you say, big time. If you pay the right price, you get paid twice.
yeah, that's so true. I mean, you're gonna pay either way. You see the price you pay to grind it out and have grit, or you quit and you're gonna be paying the price on someone else's dream. Like, I got tired and frustrated that I was building someone else's dream, that someone was telling me how much I was worth. Now I get to determine how much I'm worth, right? And it's still frustrating. Like, I think I'm worth more now. Like, that's the only difference is changing more people's lives. That's the ticket. How many lives can you change? And that's fulfilling now. To have someone that doesn't have what they want in their family and see them on leaderboards and get what they want from Symmetry. Let Symmetry pay for that. Right? That's the most fulfilling thing, is how many times over can I do that? And once you do that, okay, now you're getting paid. Your provision is how much you're worth. Right? It's not about you. If you're impacting you and your clients, that's great. Take that to the next level, because if you stop, I said this on stage at Ignite, producing will make you rich. I've done it. It was fun. It was great, right? But it will never make you wealthy. There's a difference. If you stop producing, who have you impacted besides your clients and yourself for that month, right? Even making 76,000 in 1 month, 42 cases, that's fun, but you have to repeat it. You start back over the next year. You start back over, next month. But who are you impacting? That's fun for the month, but can you teach that someone else to do half of what you do? Right? And plug them into the system. You might not be an elite producer or a top producer. That's okay. You might be a producer of people.
You can find one.
You can find one.
Yep.
right? You might have the eye for winners. That's golden right there. Right? Not everyone is going to want more, right? But when you come to symmetry, you're going to see, dang, I can have that. I just got to be willing to work. The work is sold separately.
Come on. So good, man. Thank you for spending time with our team today. I appreciate you.
That's
Yeah.
good.
I texted Josh last week and I was like, hey man, can we move up for this Friday? He's like, I'm in Rome right now. I can't do it. I thought this call would have been a lot better if this was in the Coliseum,
Yeah.
so, but today was perfect, man. This was exactly what I needed in my walk. And as I look back to my journey as a new agent, this would have been exactly what I needed on that walk as well. So very grateful for the time, man. Appreciate you.
I appreciate you. Thanks for having me on. Yeah, that's it. I'm open for anything else. So let me know if you need anything. I'll help you
Will
guys.
do. All right, guys, make it a great Friday. And Josh, again, thank you for pouring into the team. You guys have a great day. We'll see you in the virtual office. And let's make it a killer weekend. Start to week 3. See you guys.